This is Life with Herpes, and this is episode 111. Hi, you guys. I'm Alexandra Harbushka. Welcome to today's episode. We're going to talk a little bit about hooking up, the hookup culture, safe sex, all that fun stuff. But before we get there, I want to invite you to the Life with Herpes community. So if you have not joined the community, I'd love to invite you over there. Go to lifewithherpes.com. I will talk a little bit about it as we continue through today's episode. I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. But yeah, I have herpes. I'm the founder of Life with Herpes. It's a blog, it's a YouTube channel, it's a podcast, and most of all, it's just a home for people just like you and just like me who have herpes. Okay, so let's talk about the hookup culture. And as there's been so many different feelings and thoughts, and you have, psychologists worrying about it, and you have people worrying about, emotions and regret. And then there's the baby boomers that are worried about their kids during this hookup culture, all this. And so I really want to really dive deep and let's figure out how to navigate herpes and the hookup culture. The media has played a ton of, they've put a lot of influence on it. It's been hooking up's been around for a while. Obviously, we've all hooked up. But the hookup culture and being the new norm is about in the last decade. We have TV shows that were reality TV shows that put strangers in houses and they encourage them to hook up. Tons of other reality TV shows encouraging people to just plain old hook up. Then we look at, movies that were titled The Hookup, or we have movies titled No Strings Attached. So basically what this hookup culture is meeting a stranger, hooking up, no strings attached. There's no relationship, there's no commitment. It's just sex. And what Hollywood has played, again, the media, they make it out to be this extremely glamorous sexual experience for both parties, and everybody's happy, and it's like the most mind-blowing sex you've ever had. Now, that may be the case for some people, but it probably isn't the case for everybody, right? There's just a lot more that goes into all of this. Now, when you add having herpes or any other STDs, there's a lot that gets put into it, a lot of moving parts. I want to compare. So bear with me for a second. I want to compare hooking up to hiking Mount Kilimanjaro. Stay with me for a second on this whole hiking thing, because you're like, where are you going with this? So as you know, Mount Kilimanjaro is, I believe it's 19,000 feet in the air. It's a pretty big mountain. That's not your neighborhood stroll in the park. That's not your little walk down, to get a cup of coffee. That is a legit hike. You train, you practice, you meet, there's mental preparation. You got to have the right food. You got to have the right clothes. You got to be in the right health. You got to have the right lung capacity, the stamina. I mean, there's a lot. People train for this for years. Now imagine if I just decided tomorrow, I'm going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I wouldn't be prepared, right? I wouldn't have the proper clothes. I wouldn't have the proper mindset. I probably wouldn't make it. Right? I mean, let's be serious. I probably wouldn't make it just because I wouldn't have the proper training for it. So I truly believe that going into a hookup, if you're not properly mentally there and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not talking about sex, you're not getting tested, you're not using protection, it would be really similar to you're just going out in the jungle. Jungle. My word, it was funny. You're going out in the jungle, right? So I really want you to be prepared. And if you're prepared for this, great. If you're not prepared for it, I really want you to realize what you're getting yourself into. And because it'd be like me going hiking and going up, Mount Kilimanjaro. It's not going to work out well for me. So here's 3 things that I really want you to do for today's hookup culture. Oh, before I get there, I forgot to mention, I'm going backwards on my thoughts, but for a lot of our members at Life with Herpes and a lot of our millennials, a lot of our community members in college, this is one of their biggest fears. This is something that's really, really difficult for them because their friends are hooking up and they're jealous. They're like, well, why can't I just hook up with whoever? Also, when we are diagnosed with herpes, we're super worried that no one's ever going to want to have sex with us again or ever be with us again. So anyways, that's something that's a huge concern to our members, and that's really why I want to talk about this. So anyways, 3 things that you can do. 1, talk about sex. Like when you meet your person at the bar or wherever you meet them, I know it's super hard to get that across, but talk about your sexual health. Talk about it. Absolutely talk about it. Do you have any STDs? What do I need to know? What are we going to do? Talk about it. As difficult as that is, that's really, really important if you're going to jump into bed with someone that you don't know. So really make sure you do that. Second thing is use protection, right? Use protection every time, all the time, correctly, not half the time. If a condom falls off, put another condom on. If there is no condom, don't have sex. You know, maybe you carry your own condoms. I know that's maybe a little awkward for females. I know that there's been a trend where like the woman's like, I will never carry a condom. It's up to the man. But this is your health, okay? This is your life. This is your health. And I know I already have herpes. I know I don't want to get something else, right? So you really need to take that stance with your own health, your sexual health, and make sure that you're prepared. It's just like going on that hike for that mountain. There's no way you would go on a hike for a mountain without proper food, without proper equipment, and this condom is like your equipment for the hike. Okay, so really, I'm pretty adamant about this. So talk to the partner, use protection every time. If you run out of condoms, don't do it again. Go get condoms. Saran wrap doesn't count, and make sure you do that. The other thing I really want to encourage you to do, which is super embarrassing, super hard. I know it's not something we want to do, but get tested, and get tested often, right? If you're in a non-monogamous relationship and you're meeting new people and having sex, that's awesome, but get tested, because a lot of times you may not know you have something, and then you can go on passing it to other people. So you definitely want to take control of your own health and knowing what you're getting into with other people, right? So get tested often. I always think about the movie Pretty Woman, when Julia Roberts, like, yeah, I go down to the clinic every week. Like, get tested, okay? So make sure that you are on top of your own health. Yeah, so anyways, have sex, have fun with sex, but remember those three things, right? It's just like, it's talking about it with your new partner, it's using protection, condoms, and getting tested. Again, it would just be like going up on that Mount Kilimanjaro hike. I can never say the word right, Mount Kilimanjaro, whatever it is. You wouldn't want to go do that without talking to your team, without having the proper equipment, and without being healthy, right? It's not going to work out. All right, have fun. I do have links here for you. I do have links to Planned Parenthood if you want to go get tested there. Every city, every state, every country, we all have different ways of testing, but I did link Planned Parenthood. You can type in your zip code. It'll tell you the closest place to get STD tested. Make sure you request the herpes test. And then I do have a link here for you to go to join the Life with Herpes community. Like I said, it is a great place for people like you, like me, who are living with herpes. Again, people in our community are talking about the hooking up. They are talking about the hookup culture. They are very concerned about it. And it's really a great place for you and me to be. And I can't wait to see you over there. Go to lifewithherpes.com and I'll see you in there. Bye.